Hello my dear students, welcome back to the another session of social studies. Today we are on lesson number 2. Chapter's name is Our Forest and Wildlife Resources. Now forest. Forest, we know that it is a natural resources and wildlife resources are also natural, isn't it? From forest we get fruits, we get vegetables, then we also get many medicines also. Then wildlife resources, we can see different types of species in the wildlife sanctuaries. The animals are very unique. Their colors are also very unique. So in this chapter we are going to learn about forest and also about wildlife resources. So let's start with the warm-up session. Have you ever been to a forest or heard stories about it? Based on your experience, answer the questions below. So if you have ever visited a forest or heard stories about forest, so what are your experiences on that? You have to answer this. The first question is, was the forest different from your home? In what ways? If your forest is different from your home, so what are the differences you found in the forest as compared to your homes? Next, name some animals and trees that were there in the forest. Number 3, did you see anybody cutting trees or hunting animals? When you visited the forest, did you see anyone cutting down the forest or hunting the animals? So you have to write the answer. Now, let us see in this chapter what we are going to learn. We are going to learn about forest around us, which are the forest which is around us. Types of forest we are going to learn. Uses of forest, what are the uses of forest? Then initiatives for forest and wildlife conservations in India. What are the steps taken to conserve our forest and wildlife sanctuaries? Now, forest around us. Forest is a gift of nature to us and is classified as natural resources. Usually, a forest is a large area of land covered with trees. It is also home to many birds and animals. So, forest is a natural resources. It's a gift from our nature to us. And it covers a very large area. It is not forest we can't see in a small area. It covers a very large area. Then it is also a home to many birds and animals. At present, forests cover more than 1/5 of our country's total land area. They gives us many useful things. Uses of forest. Plants and trees give living beings oxygen to breathe. So if we are not planting trees, then it will be very difficult for us to breathe, because if there is no tree present in the environment, so what will be the condition of us? We will get less oxygen to breathe. The oxygen level will keep on decreasing, isn't it? So we should not cut down the trees. Instead, we should plant more and more trees. The roots of trees bind the soil and prevent soil erosion. The roots of the tree, what does it do? It binds the soil and prevents us from soil erosion. Soil erosion means the fertile soil being washed away by either by the wind or by the water. Forests improve the quality of soil and also promote rainfall. So it also promotes rainfall, and the quality of the soil also becomes very fertile for the vegetation. Forests provide us with fruits and vegetables, medicines obtained from different parts of plants and trees, fodder for animals, wood for cooking, timber for building houses, furniture making, matchsticks and paper. So these are the things which we get from the forest. They gives us fruits, they gives us vegetables, medicines. Then it also works as a fodder for animals. Then wood, which is used for cooking. Then timber used for building the houses and making furnitures as well. And we also can make matchstick from the wood and also paper. They provide shelter to many birds and animals. So they provide as a shelter to many birds and animals. Now types of forest. This is a map of India. This is a map of India, and there are different colors given. As you can see, this is a light green color, this is a dark green color. Then this is little bit yellowish, it is a little bit brownish, and here little bit of blue colors we can see. So what are this? On the side you see the symbols, the colors are given. Okay. So this light green color means deciduous forest. The types of forest which we have, the first one is deciduous forest. So deciduous forest covers in this area, okay, in these parts of India. Next we have evergreen forest. Evergreen forest in these parts of India. Next we have the mountain forest. Mountain forest here, top, okay. Then thorny and scrub forest here. Then this is a tidal forest, that is mangrove. Tidal forest here and the coastal area. Okay, tidal forest in this coastal area. Now let us see the types of forest and their features. The table below briefly describes the different types of forest found in India. Type, features, trees, area. So what are the types? We know the evergreen forest, deciduous forest, thorn forest, mountain forest and mangrove forest. So evergreen forest, also called tropical rain forest. Trees do not shed their leaves and remain green throughout the year. So where we can find the evergreen forest? In this part of India. This is a northeast part of India. Okay, this is a northeast part of India. Here we can find the evergreen forest. It doesn't shed their leaves and it remains green throughout the year. Now trees. Which are the trees found in this evergreen forest? Tall hardwood trees such as ebony, rosewood and mahogany. Now area. Which area this evergreen forests are found? We know that it is found in the evergreen forest here. Here we can find the evergreen forest as well as in the Western Ghats and in the Western Ghats. This is the Western Ghats. We can also find the evergreen forest in the northeast region as well as in the Western Ghats. And also if you can see here, small dots are there, green color dots are there. So here also we can find the evergreen forest. This dense forest are found in areas that receive heavy rainfall like slopes of the Western Ghats, Northeast India and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So this area receives a heavy rainfall, and because of this heavy rainfall it looks green throughout the year. So we can find in the Western Ghats here. This is known as the Western Ghats. Then on the Northeast India, this portion is a Northeast India. Then we can find also in the Andaman and Nicobar Island. Okay. Next, deciduous forest, also called as monsoon forest. Monsoon means where rainfall starts from June and ends till September. Okay. The trees shed their leaves in the dry season. So deciduous forest works seasonally. In the dry season they shed their leaves, but in the monsoon season they grow and look very beautiful. The trees which are found in the deciduous forest are teak, sal, sandalwood and maua. Now area where this deciduous forests are found. These trees are found on the wetter parts of the Deccan Plateau. Deccan Plateau here. This is the Deccan Plateau. Okay. Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Bihar, and foothills of the Himalayas. So Deccan Plateau, Andhra Pradesh, and the foothills of the Himalayas. Okay, here this is the foothills of the Himalayas. So here we can find the deciduous forest. Next, thorn forest. Trees have long roots, a thick bark, sharp thorns, and small leaves. They can survive without or little water for long periods. Now, thorn forest, where these thorn forests are found. Thorn forest, what is the color of the thorn forest? Little yellowish in this region, Rajasthan, Gujarat. Okay, then some parts of you can say Haryana also, Madhya Pradesh, Haryana, Rajasthan. Okay, now they look, how they look. They have a very long roots. The roots are very long, and they have a sharp thorns, kata, and small leaves. Leaves are very small. Then they can all survive without water or very less water for a long period. Now, which are the trees found? Bushes along with trees such as babul, kikar, and date palms. Now, which area? Haryana, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh. Okay. Now, mountain forest, also called coniferous forest. Mountain forest here. Okay. And also here, Arunachal Pradesh in the North India. Tall cone-shaped trees with needle-like leaves and bare cones. The trees in the mountain region are very tall. Then it has a cone. The edge are very sharp, just like the cone, shape of a cone. Okay, and the edges of the leaves are very sharp, just like needle. Then trees. The snow-covered peaks do not have any vegetation. We know that the mountains are covered with snow, so that's why there the people cannot grow crops like the other landforms. On coming down, small shrubs are seen. On moving further down, coniferous trees like fir, spots, and spine are seen. Spruce and pine are seen. Now area, Himalayan regions and parts of Nilgiris. Next we have mangrove forest, also known as tidal forest. Now where is mangrove forest? Mangrove forest in the coastal area. Okay, these are the coastal area. And here also. Okay. Forests are found in the deltas of major rivers. Trees have hard wood and special roots that grow above ground. Forests are dense. So, mangrove forest, trees, the roots of the trees are very hard. It is used for the trees of the roots are very hard and very huge. Okay, and the forests are very dense also. And where we found in the deltas of the river, near the rivers, we can find this type of trees. Then trees like Sundari tree in Sundarbans area, Ganga Brahmaputra delta. Mostly we can see near the Ganga Brahmaputra delta. Ganga Brahmaputra delta here. Okay, and the river starts, the Ganga starts flowing from here, and the Brahmaputra it starts joining and coming in there. And over this, whatever rivers are being joined with the Ganga and Brahmaputra, so all these rivers also have these kinds of trees, mangrove trees. Now see, the pictures are also given: deciduous forest, thorn forest, mountain forest, and mangrove forest. Now, how can we conserve a forest? How can we protect our forest? The forests of our country are under threat because trees are being cut down in large numbers. Nowadays, we see that for the development of the country, people are cutting down the forest and they are using for making buildings, then also for making furnitures, for making different types of things out of the wood by cutting down the forest. This is called deforestation. The cutting down of forest is known as deforestation. It is necessary that we conserve our forests which are useful to us in so many ways. Forest conservation requires a healthy relationship between humans and the environment. So there should be a connection between the human and the environment. If we are not connected with the environment, then we will not even feel pity for the environment. If we see that people are cutting down the forest, if we don't have any connection, then automatically we will cut down the forest. So it is very important that we need to acquire, or we need to make a relationship with the environment in order to conserve our environment. The practice of planting trees in a new area called afforestation. So afforestation means planting more and more trees in new areas. And the practice of planting trees on a deforested land called reforestation. So deforestation, we know that it means cutting down of trees. Now on that area itself, if we replant the trees, then that is known as reforestation. Can prove very helpful. The government of India has launched programs like One Mahotsav to protect and plant trees. So One Mahotsav is launched by the government in order to protect and as well as to plant more and more trees. Now you have to find out when we celebrate One Mahotsav. You have to find out the date of One Mahotsav. Now next we have wildlife in India and its protection. Wildlife, we have many unique animals, birds also we see. So it is very important for us to protect our wildlife, because if we don't have any if we don't have any wild animals, our forest will look very empty. Our country is gifted with a large variety of wildlife. Forests provide home and shelter to a large number of animals, birds and other creatures. See, if we are cutting down the forest, that means we are taking the shelter, the home from our animals. So it is very important that we shouldn't cut down the forest, because it works and it provides a home and shelter to our animals, birds and other creatures as well. Today, wildlife in India is facing several threats due to destructions of forest, overuse of forest, resources and hunting. Animals are being hunted and killed by humans for their skin, fur, horn and tusks. In order to protect wildlife, the government has set up a number of national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. Since humans are misusing the animals for different purposes, that's why the government of India, in order to protect the wildlife, has set up some numbers of national parks and wildlife sanctuaries, so that people cannot hunt the animals in this area. Jim Corbett National Park in Uttarakhand, Kanha National Park in Madhya Pradesh, Gir Wildlife Sanctuary in Gujarat, Sundarbans in West Bengal, Periyar in Kerala, Kaziranga and Manas National Parks in Assam, Sariska and Ranthambore National Parks and Keoladeo National Park, which was earlier known as Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary in Rajasthan, are some of the famous examples. So these are the national parks of India. Next, animals like elephants, Asiatic lions, Bengal tigers, snow leopards, snow leopards, wild asses, rhinoceros, nilgai and chinkara are protected in these places from being hunted and killed. The animals here live in their natural habitat. So see, the national parks and wildlife sanctuaries are made by the government so that they can bring the animals from the forest which are being cut down by the act of human being. So from there they bring these unique animals and then they keep in this national parks and wildlife sanctuaries, so that what is the reason why they keep here, so that people cannot kill them and misuse their purposes. And people, when they visit these national parks also, they can view different kinds of animals and they can actually know that they are so unique. And there will be an they can even share with their friends, with their relatives also. Like in India also we can see different kinds of birds and animals, and also many different creatures also we can see in these parks. So this is the reason why the government of India has set up number of national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. So the pictures are given. Asiatic lion at Gir National Park, one-horned rhinoceros at Kaziranga National Park, spoonbill storks at Keoladeo National Park, formerly known as Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary. Now, activity. Answer the following questions. Saving forest means saving environment. Do you agree? If your answer is yes, so you have to write the reason also. Next, what are the challenges we may face while conserving forest and wildlife? Next, moving on to the exercises, we have filling the blanks. Deciduous forests are also known as monsoon forest. Mountain forests have cone-shaped trees. Mangrove forests are found on deltas of rivers and special roots that grow above ground. Kikar and date are found in thorn forest. Afforestation is a practice of planting more trees. Next we have state true or false. Forest refers to natural vegetation. True. Evergreen forests have tall trees such as ebony, rosewood and mahogany. True. Deciduous forests are found in some parts of West Bengal, Odisha, the northeastern states and in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. False. Kaziranga National Park is known for its wild asses. False. Kanha National Park is in Gujarat. False. So this was the chapter about our forest and wildlife resources. So next time we will meet with the next chapter. Till then, take care and thank you.